Trinity University offers a vast array of educational opportunities for its students. Some of the best have to do with study abroad. In the recent past, what Trinity has been doing is developing faculty-led programs where students go with a faculty member of Trinity University and study about the culture, about the economics, about the politics of a country in the context of that country. I want to talk to you about the Shanghai summer program that Trinity University has developed in partnership with Jiaotong University, one of the best universities in the world, considered the MIT of China. The class that I teach is called Comparative Views of Modern China, and what we do is that we learn about the view that they have in China of the United States and the view that we have of China here in America versus the reality that we get to learn about in China. This program has been, hands down, the best educational experience that I've ever been a part of. I want you to see why. It is the students that make this possible. Come and see.
China was, for me, the most impactful experience of my life. It is what transformed me from a student into an international student. It was the best experience of my life. Shanghai as a city is fantastic. It's become the hub of the world. It's very urban, it's very advanced. These two classes are actually in China, and you experience everything that they talk about day to day. Going to China is one of the best investments that you can make.
One of the things that I really valued was being able to speak and identify and exchange ideas with our Chinese peers. And I think it's very reflective of the U.S.-China relationship that is going on now, and something I didn't appreciate as much before I went abroad to Shanghai, but now it's definitely one of the things that impacts me as I continue my studies and throughout my career. So after studying here for 3 years, it was incredible, and it broadened my entire education to be able to apply the policies and the studies and the practices that we learn to another country, into a different system. From going from the capital system to the communist system, just completely changed my train of thought and how I practice and how I theorize all of these great policies that we learn inside of the classroom.
The first thing that I noticed when I got to Shanghai is that it wasn't a scary place like I expected. From the first day I was there, I just fit in. It was easy to live there. It was not overcrowded. It was super safe. The subway was inconvenient. You could go anywhere that you wanted. Taxis were super cheap. Like, it was just a really, really easy city to go around. The more we got into our little niche of the city, the more like we just felt like we belonged there. To the point that when we were in Beijing, we thought about going home to Shanghai. So I thought that the classes were one of the most beneficial parts of the trip. In China, we were with PhD students and master's students in China who knew so much more about their system of government that you just couldn't help but learn. And we learned a lot about economics. And the more you learned about economics, the more you realized how much of an emerging power China is. You learned how much you need to understand China to do well in the world today. Like, you can no longer just know the Western world. China is a huge factor in every decision that we talked about. And in class, we really got into the details of what makes China work, to the point that by the end of the class, we could actually have a conversation about China with those Chinese students. It was really, really cool.
Shanghai is a city bursting with people and culture. With a population of 25 million, I thought that I was going to be lost in a sea of people not being able to understand a word that I was saying. But in reality, that wasn't the truth. I started taking Chinese a year and a half ago. I came to Trinity not knowing anything. I didn't know how to read the characters, how to pronounce characters. I didn't even know how to say hello. Well, by the end of the trip, I was able to sit in the front seat of a taxi and understand the basics of what a radio station was talking about or what a song was talking about. And to see that progression, it was life-changing. You do not have to go in this program knowing any Chinese. You can go and learn while you're there. I encourage you all to break out of the San Antonio bubble, the Texas bubble, and even the US bubble. Hop on that plane and go to China and experience something that you've never experienced before. Try things that you've never tried before and meet people that you will never meet.
As we have seen, this program has changed people's lives. But this is not about these students. These students have already gone to Shanghai. What we want is for you to be that link between them and the future, between Trinity University and Jiaotong University. between China and the United States. The world is moving east. Be part of that. Be on the crest of this wave. Your life can be changed the same way that their lives were changed forever.
That by the time we left, it was almost like we were leaving a place that we had known our entire life.
So Shanghai was a great experience, and I highly recommend it and encourage you to join me and my peers who have taken this journey as well.
China was fantastic. Come do it.
Take the trek to China and learn something about yourself that you would have never learned otherwise.